thanks for joining me. Good to be live again. I had a couple of days off over Christmas and Boxing Day, just enjoying myself, relaxing, and yeah, generally having some Christmas vibes. I've been having a little bit of a think about what I'm going to do with my Facebook Lives, and I have decided that actually it's kind of useful to have themes for each day. So basically, what I'm going to do is talk about my Dream Life hacks. So I have a page called DreamLife.Hacks. You can go and check it out. I'll put it in the like the little post that comes with this video. And I just thought it'd be really nice to actually help ground me. Like I make these little Dream Life Hacks posts and then I forget to look at them, forget to do them. And obviously it's not just about posting them, it's about actually living and doing them. So I thought it'd be really helpful for me. And I thought it might be a really cool thing to bring you guys along with the Dream Life hacks that I put up. The idea of these is to think about dream life as not being a destination, but being like a journey that you go on, so that each day you actually bring yourself further into your dream life by being more connected to yourself, more grounded, more in touch with what you want, listening to the parts of you that maybe hold you back, maybe like try to protect you from living your dream life, maybe parts of you that think it's not possible, or they're a bit scared, or they don't want to do that because they just think it might lead to you being embarrassed, or other people making fun of you living your dream life, all these things that hold us back. It also looks at things like our nervous system and how making change, even if it's good change, can be very nerve-wracking, and how to kind of keep ourselves grounded and in the moment, and helping us to kind of live each moment in our own space and being more calm and regulated in what we're doing. It also looks at how to kind of envision like your future. Like some people really struggle with their dream life. You can get really locked into your day to day, not being sure what you can actually achieve and what could be a dream life. And I always find it interesting when you ask people, like, what's your dream life? Lots of people say, I've never thought of what that would be. Um, and I know in my life I've had several versions of what my dream life looks like. Currently, I'm living the version that lives in Thailand in a beautiful tropical island with beach paradise. But other times, my dream life has been different. It has been running a charity. I really loved that part of my life when I ran the charity. Other times, it's been going around Europe in a camper van and having the adventure and being in a different place all the time. And yeah, skating, freeboarding, snowboarding, doing all sorts of like cool adventure sports. And now it's a bit more like less adventure sport, more dancing, more like different forms of expression. So yeah, I've had several different dream lives, I guess, and I guess I've been brave enough to think about what they look like, and they haven't always conformed to what maybe other people thought my life should look like at the time. And other times I've not jumped and acted on what I wanted my dream life to be because I've wanted to make sure I'm pleasing people, or I felt like I'd be letting people down if I acted on my own dream life and I didn't just completely embrace what I wanted. So, there's lots of reasons that why we don't follow our dream lives. Sometimes it's because we don't know what it is. Sometimes it's because we know what it is, but we don't want to let other people down, or we don't feel we deserve it, or we feel like we have to hold ourselves back for one reason or another. See, money is a massive issue. People worry about what that's going to look like. So, yeah, this is the new format for my lives, and it was good to have a couple of days off over Christmas and Boxing Day to have a real think about it. Um, so I just want to take a little moment for us to like make this really experiential. I just thought I'd run it a little bit like I run some of my workshops, so that we can really just feel into it, and you can actually use this to really feel into the Dream Life hacks and implement them for yourself. So just what I like to do is a lot of breath work. I went to Goa and learned how to do some breath work. I've done breath work for a long time, but it was really nice to be able to um, go to go on my yoga course, we had to wake up at like 6:30 in the morning and do meditation and breath work. But it was so good to learn how to do it properly and to, yeah, really start my day every day. I can't pretend I do that now. I definitely on a much later schedule in Thailand. I still do a lot of UK work. So quite often I'm up later and waking up later. I'm not an early bird in Thailand for sure. But I still like to do some breath work at some point in the day. And this is going to be like part of my ritual for these lives so that we can actually like practice it together. You can join along with me, you can watch again if you're not in a space at the moment to do it. And I'm going to publish these on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram, so you can kind of catch up with them whenever you want to. And if you want to know like more stuff, then you can kind of look into my shop, and there's like lots of stuff. I've got a really nice free Dream Life workshop that you can just use, which is at www.dreamlife.gumroad.com, or just DM me Dream for access, and I can give you access to that free Dream Life workshop. Or I've got like some cool resources that I've created, some workbooks, and you can sign up for my retreat. And I'm just going to keep adding more and more stuff on there. I'm going to be making courses and just loads of stuff that are going to kind of follow this sort of format as well. So today I'm not at the beach, I'm inside. It was a very rainy day today. I had, yeah, quite a late night, went out for a bit of a dance for Boxing Day, which was super nice, caught up with some friends. Yeah, it was a really nice evening. But yeah, I've had a very lazy day and now I'm ready to make this live. So let's just come into our bodies. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make that out breath a bit longer. So in through the nose, and then a nice deep breath out through the mouth. Take another 3 breaths like this. Now taking longer out breaths helps us calm down our nervous system, and it helps us to, yeah, slow everything down. So another deep breath in and back out again. And this is something you can just use in and out. Anytime you just want to calm yourself down and like you're feeling a bit nervous or anxious, or there's just something that you're just not feeling good about, and you just maybe feeling a bit triggered or just not really feeling good inside your body, then you can just use really simple breath work there, just a longer out breath than your in breath, and it just calms and helps your whole body and your nervous system relax. Okay, so now we're feeling relaxed. We're going to look at this Dream Life hack. Now, we've made quite a few Dream Life hacks, so at the moment I'm on number 39. You can go back and look at 1 to 38. They're all really cool, but I thought I'd go with where we're current. And then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, what a one to start with, because this is the boundary guardian part of us. And so it's really talking about what we need to do is identify where we need a boundary this week. And with every Dream Life hack, I give a bit of an implementation tip. So it suggests that you ask your boundary part what it needs to feel supported. Does it need clarity? Does it need a different tone? Does it need some permission? And then practice saying one small boundary sentence alone. So I'm just going to explain that a little bit, because you might be like, boundary part? What does that mean? Like, what is my boundary part? So I work a lot with internal family systems, like methods, which are, it's a guy called Richard Schwartz. He came up with this like method of thinking about yourself. It's not like one cohesive whole, but thinking about yourself as having different parts. And actually, like, it makes so much sense when you think about it. Like when you're going to do anything, like me doing my live today, like there's one part of me that's super excited because I can make cool content. I can like give you like some of my tips and tricks that I really enjoy using. I can feel into like using my tools that I'm actually creating and using them for myself. So that's like my excited part. Then there's my nervous part, which is like or is anyone going to like it? Is it going to be rubbish? Um, I already got told to like sit down and be like still, and so then like my critical part starts coming up. Oh, I'm not doing it right. I'm not making these as good as I can. How do I make it better? And then there's like my listener part, I guess, that says, no, that's really great that somebody's telling you something that shows people are engaging and now you can make things better. And then maybe I've got the other part of me, which is like the part of me that thinks I'm not good enough to do this. Like I'm not going to be able to do this consistently. You want to do it every day, it's not going to happen. And I start beating myself up about how like I don't have that like consistency part of me that's going to be able to step up and kind of keep going with these. Then I've got my protective part that says, no, don't beat yourself up again. It doesn't even matter if you don't make these every day. Even if you made these like once a week, it would still be valuable to people. So there's all these different parts of me. It's like this whole family having an argument inside of me. And that's what internal family systems is like. And one of the things I use a lot in my toolkit is helping people to think about which parts they want to be listening to and which parts they need to kind of heal and comfort to help them not take over and become difficult. And I use this really cool analogy of a bus and thinking about who the driver might be at any one time, and also thinking about like your higher self is really you want your higher self to be the driver, the part of you that's calm, curious, compassionate, capable, and just that part of you that is like in, able to take control in a really kind, gentle way. And but it's able to be kind of firm and hold like the direction of the bus together. But it's also good to sometimes have these co-drivers of like, my excited part's a really good co-driver. It gets me motivated, moves me. But my critical part's not such a good co-driver because it can stop me. And so actually that's part of me as a passenger. I just need to comfort, to sit down and say, look, I got this. I know you're just trying to protect me, but actually, even if like it was the worst thing in the world I ever did to make a Facebook Live, nothing terrible is going to happen. I'm not going to die. Nobody's going to, I'm not going to get sacked because it's not a job. I'm not going to lose all my money. Like, I'm not going to go hungry. Like, there's not a whole load of terrible things that can happen for me making a Facebook Live, let's face it. So then I can kind of comfort that part to just sit down, enjoy the ride, and say, it's really kind of you to try and protect me, but I don't actually need you to do that. You can do something else today. You can just come along, enjoy the ride, and chill out and, just see how it goes, and we'll have some fun with it. So that's kind of parts work. So I don't have a super strong boundary part. So when I read this, I was like, oh, this is going to be a difficult one to talk about because for a long time I really pushed against boundaries. I like freedom. I like to do what I want to do. I don't like people telling me what to do. Um, and I don't even like telling myself what to do too much. But I have realized I do have very strong boundaries. I have strong boundaries around how I'm prepared to let people like treat my body very careful around what I'm happy for people to do. I've got a very strong boundary around my own body, and um, that comes out very clearly. Um, I have a strong boundary about people telling me what to do. Like, I won't allow people to change what I want to do because they tell me. Like, I very much want it to be around my own decision making. Um, Sometimes I am a bit of a people pleaser and I can have difficulty around having boundaries around how much people will take from me and how much um, like they expect me to do. So that can be a difficult part of my boundary setting. So when I'm thinking about what boundary do I need this week, it's kind of a cool week because it's like I haven't got too much uh, like I don't have too much pressure, I guess. Um, I volunteer at a charity shop here in Koh Phangan, so I'm going to be doing that. And then it's kind of party season, so I'm going to be going out and having some fun for New Year. It's going to be a lot of parties. But boundary I wanted to set for myself was actually to do this because in amongst all that partying is quite a lot of energy. And one of the things that doing the Dream Life hacks is good for is it's kind of bringing me back to myself, like listening to my own heart, listening to my body, what does it need? And I want to make a boundary for myself that as much fun as I'm having, as much as I'm getting on with stuff, I want to make a bit of time to do this. And to keep me accountable, I want to do it as a Facebook Live. So I'm here. But with the little caveat that if I don't do it, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to do it at the expense of myself. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be like a good way for me to yeah, kind of use it as a good thing to do and not use it as a tool to beat myself up with. Um, So I hope you'll join me. I'm hoping that I'll get more people on the live. If you want me to do anything with the live, if you want me to bring you in, or you've got any questions or suggestions or more things you want me to do, like I can make these lives longer or I can do more with them. I don't just have to look at a dream life hack. That can just be one part of it. I just really like that idea that I came up with because it gives me something to like focus in on. It's really good for me because I get to do the dream life hack. Um, and even when you're living in the place that is your where you want your dream life to be, it can be tough on days. Like sometimes you wake up tired, sometimes you somebody's upset you. Like it doesn't like life doesn't go away just because you live in the place where your dream life is. You still, I think, have to actively work to make sure that you're still making the space to enjoy your life. You're still looking after your whole self, like you're bringing all of that with you. And the sooner you start doing that, like even if you're in a place where you're really miserable at the moment, like bringing in some of these dream life hacks just starts moving your body into a place where it can accept the idea that you could live your dream life. And I know for me, actually, when I'm in a place that I don't like, I have to put in a load more self-care. Like when I was back in the UK helping with my parents when my dad was really sick, I had to spend like, I think I was doing like 5 hours of self-care. I was going for a cold water swim. I was going for a walk. I was doing yoga for like an hour. I was doing meditation for like an hour. I was going for, yeah, long walks and like I was having to like do my diary every day. Like I really had to lock into my self-care. Now I'm in Thailand and I love my life generally most days. I still meditate, I still do a bit of yoga and Tai Chi, a bit of swimming, but like it's not like the desperation that I had to used to do it with because generally like I'm living my dream life. Like I am living the meditation that I created. So but there's still days when I get a little down or I miss like my friends and family who aren't here, or I, um, yeah, somebody says something and it still like hits me and I get a little triggered. I've still got my partner, and every day is always a little work day to just make sure that we're like on the same page, that we're not we're making our lives better and not making each other lives more difficult, or and we try to do work every day with each other to make sure that we're like implementing something that's going to be good for our relationship, good for our like communication, good for how we can make our relationship make us better. um, and that can be tough some days. Some days we upset each other, some days we trigger each other off. Um, and maybe it's even harder when you're like in a different country because there's so much like pressure into that relationship. So, I think having that boundary again, just to make sure I'm connecting with myself, really listening to myself, doing these dream life hacks for real rather than just posting them on Instagram and Facebook is going to be really good. So yeah, I hope you found that useful. Do DM me Dream if you want to know about more about my free Dream Life workshop. It's really cool. It's very interactive, so you just can sit. There's a workbook that goes with it. It's really like it just goes through all the stuff that I've just talked about today. It can be really helpful for you. Um, and DM me any ideas if you've got them, or put them in the comments because I'd love to hear like ideas that you want me to use these lives for. And yeah, I hope you found it helpful. I've really enjoyed doing it. I am going to try and stick to my boundary this week to even in all the party season and everything that's going on. I'm definitely not promising what time my lives will be because that will make me fail immediately. But I am promising myself that I'm going to try and do them every day, with the caveat that I won't be beating myself up if I don't. Thanks so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.